Hi everyone, this is going to be a little bit different from some of the videos that we normally do. Hopefully you can bear with my normal voice, but we're going to be talking about Big Twist Posh yarn and some of the alternatives that I found, considering if you fell in love with this yarn, it was exclusive at Joann Fabrics and is now no longer available. This also goes for Big Twist Baby Bear, which is basically the same kind of yarn as Posh, sometimes a little bit softer, but they're both the same thickness and everything. But I have taken the time to find a couple of different yarns that you could use instead and kind of crocheted up some quick little guys just to show you the difference. Okay, so this is Posh, and here is just a little guy made with Posh. I like using a 4.5 millimeter hook. That seems to work best for this type of yarn. I didn't make one with the Baby Bear because it would basically be the same. Okay, and first we're going to talk about Mojadream Marshmallow. This is honestly my favorite kind of Posh dupe that I have found. Hopefully there will be more in the future, considering the fate of Joann Fabrics and the yarns that they had. I found that it's virtually the same thickness. I can use the 4.5 millimeter hook just fine, and it whips up just about the same. It's got a similar matte texture to it instead of being really shiny. There are some different colors. There's not as many colorways as there had been for the Posh, but hopefully just in the future people will make more as demand increases. And then I recently bought a chenille I love just for this test because I had seen some other people recommending this yarn. I'm basically buying this so you don't have to. And I found that, well, for one, you can kind of tell it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. So it looks slightly more like a velvet yarn, but not too much. It also feels just a tad thinner too. Like you can kind of see from the strings here that this one is ever so, ever so barely thinner, just by a little bit, but it's still worked up with a 4.5 millimeter hook. Okay, he's maybe just a hair smaller, but not too bad. You guys don't like sitting up very well at all. I'm sorry. Okay. You, sir. Maybe I shouldn't have done little round guys. But anyways, they were quick to make so that I could kind of test the yarn. Although I did appreciate that this one, similar to Big Twist Posh and Mojadream Marshmallow, is a little bit of a tougher yarn. They also don't have a whole lot of shedding. Like you can kind of rub this and it doesn't start falling apart like some of the cheaper yarns that I've seen. Same with the Mojadream. This is very nice, pretty thick, and it doesn't come off, so. And then the last one that I tested was this Yarnsmiths Chunky that I'd seen suggested. I did notice right away that this one is a little on the thicker side than the Posh, so keep that in mind. It's just a little bit thicker. You can use the 4.5 millimeter hook, but honestly a 5 might work better. I'd almost say that this one is closer to Parfait Chunky, if you guys have done that kind of yarn. And I did make a little guy, and he's pretty similar because I used the same size hook, maybe ever so slightly bigger, but he worked up pretty good, and he's very nice and soft. I will say this about the Yarnsmiths Chunky. If I've ever used the Parfait Chunky, it gets a little sheddy. This one feels a little bit less sheddy, which was nice too. So those are just some yarn options if you really like the Big Twist Posh and you can't get any more. So let me know your thoughts. If you have ever had the opportunity to make anything, find any kind of dupes for this, because this is honestly my favorite yarn and I'm so sad it is disappearing. This and the Baby Bear, I love them both. So thanks and happy crafting.